Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Jerry McCoy, and I'm a physics professor here at the University of Tulsa. And I'm looking out over the crowd, and I'm seeing the faces of those who have been in my classes before. And my sentiments are with you, and if there's anything I can do to help you win, you just let me know. And for the rest of you, it's just tough luck. Do the teams have names? Your team what? Team Elephant, back here in the right corner, good, from my perspective, which is all that matters right now. And you guys have a name? That's lame. How about you guys? You guys have a name?
Yeah, we'll be Team Pie.
Team Pie.
Team Pie?
Yes.
Excellent. Pie as in baby or pie as in...
Pie as in both.
Team Pie, Team Elephant, Team Lame. And you guys?
You're the Grapes of Wrath.
The Grapes of Wrath. Excellent, excellent. Grapes of Wrath. And back there, the Kiwis. Good, good. We have a couple spectators back in the back keeping track of things. So it's time to get started. And you all know the rules, and we're going to get after it. And here we go. If I go too quickly, let me know. But I'm going to try to give you time between each one. Here comes the first one. Round one, kid stuff. And the first question is, what was the popular nickname of professional baseball player Willie Mays? I'm going to take a moment here to interview some of our contestants. Let's come over to Team Lame. And who's the captain of Team Lame? He was pointing to you. Okay, so captain.
David is our captain.
David's the captain? Okay, let me come over here. Okay, David, here's a question. How do you feel like your chances are after the first round? Do you guys feel like you did well, or is this going to be one that you're going to have to be kind of climbing back out of the hole?
We did, I think, fairly lame this round. We'll be coming back.
Okay, fairly lame. Well, living up to their name, Team Lame. But they'll be coming back. They're staging a comeback, so hang in there. Don't give up hope on them.
If you give up hope, that's lame.
What's that?
Sorry, we're still conferring on whether we were lame or
No, the honors trivia night, one of the team's name was Team Team.
Wow.
Okay, after this round, we have Team David in first place with
Team Lame in first place?
Yes, they're in first place with
That is decidedly unlame. Katie, in the future, you're going to have to count backwards. You don't give us the first place first. You got to start.
Okay, yes, I will do that next time.
Okay.
Okay, Pie is in second.
Pie.
With 7.
It would have been more appropriate if they had been in 3.1415 place, but they're in second place.
Elephant.
Elephant is in third place.
Alright. Kiwis are in fourth.
Kiwis in fourth.
And Grapes of Wrath are in.
Grapes of Wrath are bringing up the rear in fifth place. Okay. Okay, well it looks like it's time to go to round two. So now that you all have kind of broken in on the game, are you all ready for the next round?
Professor McCoy, we have a question.
Yes, let's hear the question.
Why are you not wearing a bolo tie?
You know, I didn't wear a bolo tie to school today. And I don't always wear a bolo tie. It's when I want to treat my students to a special treat. That's when I wear it. And they had really been rather naughty today, so I did not wear a bolo tie. Okay, round two, musicals on film. And now we're all up and running, and we're warmed up and ready to go. Here comes the first question, musicals on film. Who played Javert in Les Miserables?
Which one?
Okay, I'm going to step over here to Team Pie while Katie is collecting, and I'd like to find out, can you tell me what it is that you're filming this whole time?
Mostly you.
Mostly me. Could I ask what the use of this film is going to be?
Blackmail.
Yes.
Blackmail? Okay,
No,
well I better keep it.
No, it's supposed to be. Yes, it's theoretically supposed to be an advertisement for if we do this next year.
Okay, so I'm your leading advertiser here. I don't see a good future for this.
It's true.
Okay, well, fairgrounds.
Sandbox.
Dang, it's missing Hollywood. Number 5, okay, here comes number 6. Number 6. Here comes location number 7. Oh, sweetheart, have a look at this and see if you recognize that location.
Oh, I know. It's the McCoy's house.
Do you recognize it?
It's a big art museum. Where is it?
There's location number 7. And number 8.
That looks like Mount Fuji.
Half of Mount Kilimanjaro. Location number 8. And here comes location number 9. Here it comes. Ooh, look at that.
Oklahoma.
Beautiful.
Yeah, right.
I wish.
That's a whole lot of water.
Nah, it's Texas.
Location number 9. And then finally, here comes location number 10.
So in last place with 9, after 2 rounds, is still the Grapes of Wrath.
Way to go, Grapes of Wrath.
Kiwis are one above that with 10.
Isn't that the same order as last time so far?
Basically, there's a little bit of a change. Pie is above them with 11. In second place is David with 13.
It's just David.
And
It's not
then
a
Bean
big
Elephant is in third.
Oh, so you guys moved into first place. Sweet. Way to go. Okay. While we get ready for, while Katie comes and collects these papers, I want to take a step back here. I don't know if my microphone will get all the way back. But Weston, why don't you come on up here, brother? No, I'm busy talking. Actually, I already showed it. No, I didn't. Okay, well, hold on a second. Before we do this, I want to ask, now, Weston, how do you feel about moving into first place?
Feel pretty great about it. We moved right up there.
Yeah, well, now, does it change it that you're actually supplanting Team Lame? Does that change anything about how you feel about it?
It feels even better.
Okay. Well, good. Well, way to go. Now, I see a cell phone over there.
James.
Katie.
I will come and meet you.
James, don't make
I'm
us
throwing
impound
him under the
yourself.
bus. Team Pie, their behavior is suspect at the moment. What would have happened to a guy like this if he had been in my class and pulled out a cell phone?
I'm texting my mom.
Question number 9. Hey, Team Grapes of Wrath. Mind if I talk with you all for a second here?
Sure thing.
Okay, now, what place exactly are you all in after this last round?
We are next to last.
Okay, you're next to last. Now, I want to ask, how does it feel to not be last place, but like really close to last place?
I must admit, I'm not too excited about it. Because we're in last place, we can at least get a movie prize, but when we're next last, we don't get nothing.
No, you don't get anything. Okay. Well, what I'd like to know is, what are you doing to get out of last place, Mitchell? Or next to last place?
Well, we're just going to go out there and execute.
You're going to show character and take care of the ball?
Yeah, and we're just going to put it all out on the field and execute.
I think this man could be a football coach.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I just need... That would be you. Would you come over here? Okay, so what place did you guys start in?
I believe it was second to last.
You started in second to last, and now you're in third place?
Technically, we're tied for second.
Okay, okay, so you moved from second to last to second to first.
It's tied with third, either way.
Okay, well, what do you rate as your chances that you're actually going to go home with all the glory tonight?
Well, as in the last 3 rounds, we have increased our productivity. Yeah, whatever. We've decreased the gap between us and the leading team. I'm very confident that we have a chance. I won't say that we're going to take it all, but I think we've got a fighting chance.
You feel good about your possibilities here tonight. And so now, do you know what team is in first place right now? Can you remember? It's the Elephants.
David?
Team David, formerly known as Team Lame, is in first place. Okay, here's what I have. I have a question for you. Is there any message you'd like to send to them now that you're right on their heels?
Get off the train tracks. The train's coming.
Right, excellent.
Oh, them's fighting words.
Are you feeling a little nervous?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay. The fact that you've got 4 really bright people ready to take your place, that doesn't cause you any anxiety? Okay,
Strong words by Team David.
Now it seems like they're not that bothered that you're right behind them. Do you want to send them a message, Mitchell?
I'm like the pastor that right?
Okay, and the team member, now tell me your name.
I'm Melanie.
Melanie, and where are you from, Melanie?
I'm from Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, thank you very much. Now here's the question. Do you feel like they should be a little more worried than they're letting on?
Yes.
And why? Because at this point, you've not been in first place. They've been in first place for a long, long time. Is it really realistic that you can take over that spot?
We believe so.
Okay, so the message to them is...
We're going to win.
Okay, there we go. So let's move on to round number 7. Now, here at the Wesley Foundation, you all are what faith?
Christian.
Okay, now, can you explain to me the connection between trivia night and Christianity?
I could, yes.
Will you do it right now for the microphone?
Yes, it's a chance to get together and hang out with each other and have something cool to do on Friday night.
Okay.
Fellowshipping is something Jesus wants us to know.
I think that was a pretty good answer back there. I was going to summarize it and fellowship with each other, show love to each other. I don't know if you...
She's got an answer.
Cool. Oh, yeah, we've got an answer back here. Hold on, I'm coming back. And what's your answer?
The association with trivia night is that without God, our lives would be trivial.
Okay. Captain Charlie's got one here.
When it comes to God, nothing is trivial to him. He knows it all. He cares about everything, every detail about our life. He wants to be involved in everything, whether it's remembering who the heck that name of the nickname. Yeah, anyway, yes.
That's deep. That's profound. Thank you, Charlie. Okay. Now here's what I want to know. Now, Team David said that the reason to get together was to fellowship and to show love, Christian charity. But are you feeling any love and Christian charity coming from the front table? Oh, the answer was no, but they forgive them. So thank you very much. Way to go. Stephen, let me come down here. And so, are you feeling any love for the table up there?
Yeah. I mean, David was my roommate, so we go back.
Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the answers to those questions. Here they come. Philip Ridgway?
Yes.
Are you a brother of Anton?
And Elliot. Yes.
Okay, I know your brothers. They've both been in my class. Oh, so you're the young pup brother who has come up from western Oklahoma.
Yes.
Homeschooled?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your brothers are smart. Are you anywhere as smart as those guys?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Well, it certainly doesn't seem to be showing up in the game that you're playing here tonight. And just saying.
I will be taking Physics 1 next semester, so I may.
Okay, well, let me know, are you taking me or are you voiding me?
I want to, if possible, take your section.
Okay, so I'm liking you already. Okay, well, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience since you have the floor here?
We're gonna win.
What place are you in right now?
Last place.
Oh, okay, so you're lulling everybody into complacency in the hopes that you'll be able to surge into first here within the next two rounds?
Yes, we'll strike from the shadows like deadly ninjas of pie.
Are there any other kind of ninjas?
Bad ninjas.
Ineffective ninjas.
Dead ninjas.
Dead ninjas. Okay. And tell me your first name again? Philip. Well, I've always thought your mom did a very good job homeschooling you and your brothers, because and you can tell her I said so. Okay. So here, Weston. No, I'm going to interview you. Okay, Weston. Ask me any question you want. That's your treat. Hold on, I'm doing Weston here.
It's ask Jerry anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Don't call me by my first name.
Ask McCoy.
McCoy, what was your grade in your college physics class?
Ooh.
Physics 1.
Physics 1, I believe I made an A.
Yay.
Physics 2.
I believe I made an A, and my dad was teaching that class.
Was your dad teaching the first class as well?
I don't think so, but I remember making A's at the beginning of my career.
What's the lowest grade you got?
Okay, the lowest grade I got in college was an F.
Wow. Which class was it?
It was Russian Revolution. Now here's the story. It used to be the TU had a month-long semester between the fall and the spring. It was called winterim. And one time I thought, well, I'm just going to sign up for this course, Russian Revolution. And so here it is. We've just completed the fall semester, and now it's time for me to do this. And I show up the first day of class, and they give us 4 big honkin' books that we have to read in this month. And I think to myself, the chances of me reading these 4 books are nil. And so I just kind of blew it off and ended up with an F in the course. And I thought, oh, that's not good. I'm going to have to redo this, but they didn't offer it again. And so I took it as an independent study to replace the grade, because of course you get to replace it. So I was going to replace the grade by taking an independent study, and I didn't do anything the whole semester, and I got an F again. There you have it. Yeah, no, you got it. Hold on.
Let's see how I'm going to work this.
This whole table gets to ask you anything.
Wow.
And ironically, he studied in Russian for 8 years. You know that?
What's Deathstroke's real name?
What is whose?
I don't think he knows that.
Deathstroke.
I believe it's a superhero question.
It is
I
a
don't
superhero
even know who
question.
Deathstroke
Well,
is.
technically, he is a superhero, so maybe.
You just wanted to give you an answer to the question. Tell us.
What is the answer?
Slade Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Go
So,
Slade.
okay, I did not know
He was
that.
a bad guy.
But now, hey folks, this is the bonus round. Katie,
I know, I did too.
is it okay to make this 10th and bonus round, because I made these questions up? Is it okay to make them worth 2 points each? Okay. Hey, this is my little gift to you all. This is like the daily double. 2 points per question. And here comes the first one. First question in the physics round.
2 years ago.
What scientist is... Okay, so Katie, would you come and collect... Okay. So who hasn't had a chance on the microphone tonight that would like to get a chance to talk to the world? Oh, there's somebody right now. Yeah. Hi. Do I know you? Josiah. Okay, now you've been kind of keeping a low profile back here. What place is your team in back here?
You're tied for third.
You're tied for third. Okay, let me ask you, how would you how would you describe the contribution that your teammates have made to this effort?
It's kind of like a group project, and I'm the person who does nothing.
Can you explain to us why it's the gram and not the kilogram?
No, why it's kilogram.
Why it is?
Yeah.
It just is.
There was a committee that decided that it would be.
Actually, that's exactly right. But if you want a better explanation, they always choose units that are kind of human size.
Okay.
A kilogram weighs about 2.2 pounds. You can hold it in your hands. A gram is too light.
Paperclip.
Yeah, it's a little too light. Okay, question number 3. For what discovery did Albert Einstein win the Nobel Prize? What one is it? It's the photoelectric effect. And do you know how old he was when he figured it out?
I don't even know what that is.
How old was Albert Einstein when he published his paper on the photoelectric effect? He was 26 years old. Ron, are you older than 26? Have you got a Nobel Prize yet? Not yet.
Yours is coming.
You got it for the photoelectric effect. Most folks think otherwise.
Which is what? Briefly?
That's what happens when you shine light on a surface and it ejects electrons, and it's used in solar cells.
It's why streetlights go off during the day.
Okay, there you go. And it's also,
That's an interesting.
the reason he got the Nobel Prize for it was because up until that time, light was considered to be a wave with good reason. But a wave model couldn't explain the photoelectric effect. And as a 26-year-old, he said, well, I think light acts like a particle at times. And that's where a photon comes from. A photon is a particle of light, and Einstein was the one who thought that up.
Photon torpedoes, who know about those?
Yeah, so Einstein invented the photon torpedo. Okay, so question number 4. What is the speed of light? Actually, interestingly, this would be the speed of light if it were miles per second. This would be the speed of light if it were miles per hour. And this is a big number. That is the actual defined speed of light. In meters, it's almost 300 million meters per second. Here comes question number 5. Okay, question number 7. What did Albert Einstein consider to be his biggest blunder? His biggest blunder was the cosmological constant. What he did, this is an interesting story. The great Albert Einstein had a thought. His idea was that the universe was eternal and static. And in his equations for general relativity, in order to account for the fact that his equations of general relativity predicted that the universe should be expanding, and even accelerating, but he just thought that couldn't be true, and so he put in the cosmological constant into his equations to balance that out, and to force the equations not to give an answer that he knew not to be true. Well, it turns out the universe is doing exactly what he thought it wasn't doing. See, that's very non-scientific from the world's second greatest scientist. Who's the world's first greatest physicist?
Dr. McCoy.
I didn't even see that one. Okay, so Sir Isaac Newton is considered the world's first greatest physicist, with Einstein not far behind. But Einstein, even as great a scientist as he was, read his own biases onto that problem, inserted it, and to compensate for something that he thought couldn't be true. Turns out it was true, and it turns out that the presence of that cosmological constant is now useful again, and accounts for the accelerating universe, whereas he thought it was his biggest mistake. He thought it was, after it was proven that the universe was expanding, he thought, oh, I really screwed up by putting that in there. Turns out it was a lucky mistake on his part. And the other things, E equals MC cubed. Nobody laughed. That was my own little joke. Oh, you thought it was a trick. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make one last foray out amongst my people.
Can I ask you one last thing? One last question.
Oh, yes, hold on.
Three-pronged deal. Would you talk about the A, C, and D?
A, C, and D.
Physics teacher perspective.
Okay, well, I can tell you about God doesn't play dice with the world.
What was he saying?
What he was saying about this was about quantum mechanics. And see, quantum mechanics is a whole different picture of reality. And what happens is, instead of the worldview of Newton and his contemporaries and what has lasted us down till today is a very, what's called deterministic view of nature, where there are particles that make up reality, and we can know as much about them as we want. We can know their mass, we can know how fast they're moving, what they're located, where they're located. In quantum mechanics, you don't talk in terms of certainties, you talk in terms of probabilities. And that idea that nothing was certain, but instead you talked about the probabilities of an electron being here. You could prepare an experiment in exactly the same way 100 times, and the electron would be in 100 different locations. So you would speak of the probability of where you would find it. That bothered him. He said fundamentally he didn't believe God played dice with the universe. He didn't think God had at the heart of reality probability. He thought it had certainty. Yeah, Weston.
Wasn't Bohr's response, stop telling God what to do?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because that was such a clever statement, and I'm sure Einstein, kind of threw it out enough where Bohr said, yeah, who are you to tell God what to do? Now, the subtle is the Lord, but malicious he is not. I don't know what he said that about. And then this last one, imagination is more important than knowledge. That one, again, I don't know what he said it to, but I will make one comment. The thing, Einstein is a 26-year-old. This guy was the real deal. He's still considered second to Newton. But this guy really could have won 3 Nobel Prizes. One for the photoelectric effect, one for special relativity, one for general relativity. And there are other things that he did that are just phenomenal. This guy was not hype. He was really an incredible mind. But the thing that was amazing about Albert Einstein, sure, he was very knowledgeable, but he allowed his mind to go places that other people couldn't let their mind go. For instance, in special relativity, he was able to think of time as possibly being changeable depending on how fast you're moving. He thought he was able to begin to think of space as something that was changeable depending on how fast you're moving. That was something that nobody would have thought prior to him. This is length contraction and time dilation. What happened, without going into the details of it, there were some experiments that people didn't understand the results of, and Einstein was able to explain the results of them by imagining that time could be different for different, if I'm watching somebody fly by in a spaceship, that their clock would tick slower than it would here on Earth. People just wouldn't have thought that to be true. They would think, well, no, wait a minute, time is absolute. Everybody's clocks ticks the same. Einstein's imagination allowed him to say, maybe time's not absolute. Maybe space can change depending on how you're moving. And it turns out he was right. And even, people, this is an interesting thought, and I realize you didn't come here for a physics lecture. But here's an interesting thought. The measure of a person's contribution could be measured in how many years after they die people are still thinking about it and talking about it. Most of us are really lucky or fortunate if we come up with an idea that people are going to talk about at all. I haven't come up with anything that anybody's going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, sweetheart. But, yeah, Mitchell?
I like to say that Jenks probably thinks otherwise.
Jinx? Oh, what, you mean the hole in the wall? Yeah, okay. Let's just keep that.
In other words, you're saying it's like the time that is in Narnia goes different from the time.
Charlie, I'm not saying that at all. I don't know where you're at. What I'm saying is, 300 years ago, Sir Isaac Newton lived, and we're still launching rockets and building buildings and bridges based on his ideas. That's a measure of the man's capability, is the fact that 300 years after he lived, we're still teaching his ideas, putting his ideas into use. Einstein, it's been over 100 years now, and we still are using his ideas because so far they haven't been violated. Every time somebody comes up with and thinks that they've found a violation of special relativity or general relativity, you know, it proves bogus. And so anyway, all that is to say that Einstein, yes, was very knowledgeable and was very capable when it came to science. But he considered his greatest attribute his imagination, his ability to go places in his thinking that other people just couldn't go. It was just too hard to think of time as changeable depending on how you were moving, and yet that's exactly the way nature operates.
Again, unless you've been to Narnia, then you need advances.
Yeah, unless you've been to Narnia, that's right.
You've been to Narnia.
Okay, well I'm wondering if Katie has a final answer here.
Okay, so basically, I would say everyone is winners because we only have first, second, and third because there were 2 ties. Tying for third. Do we want to guess?
No, just us.
No.
Us.
Pie and kiwis.
All right, Pie and Kiwi. Hey, let's give it up for Pie and Kiwi.
Kiwi pies for everyone.
Second place,
I'd ship
we
that.
have David.
Wait a minute, wait, hey, Kate.
Who's the other
How does
people?
it feel to have been in first place for so long and then at the finish line get pushed aside?
Okay, let me say David was only 1 point behind being in first place because Elephant and Grapes of Wrath had 76 and David had 75.
Double winner tonight. Grapes of Wrath
You guys never gave up.
and Elephant.
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yes.
All right, way to go. Hey, well, everybody, this has been a lot of fun tonight.
Yes. Shit.
Who wins the gift card?
Who wins the gift card? Was there a gift card, Katie?
There is no gift card.
There's no gift card.
The gift card is a lie.